there's also that second thing. And a lot of Python developers, I actually find it probably better practice to spin up a new instance and install a clean Python than it is to try to fiddle with Python's virtual environments. I'd rather just build a whole new environment.
Yeah, I think we had
Python specific.
We talked about that the other day, right? It's really frustrating to, like, Python has all these, pyenv and virtualenv, and they're not, the ergonomics of them are not pleasant to work with. And even still, it's only one layer of consistency, and it doesn't give you consistency on the OS layer, on the hardware layer, any of that.
And there's some better tools out there these days. You look at things like maybe,
and also,
I think Poetry. Yeah. But it's still, they're still all wrappers that require, again, a developer to have this overhead of knowing how they work.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just one less.
I personally like using pyenv. But if you know how to use pyenv, you might not be fully familiar with the commands to operate conda or whatever. And some people run specific Pythons like numba. So if they hand you a gitpod for their project, they've done the DevOps, so you don't have to remember or can at least look at what their script install did. So it leaves notes and hints of how it works.
And for example, I use all of my Python code. I now configure with I would say Facebook, but now it's Meta's Hydra configuration. And not everyone knows how to do that, nor should they really have to understand it. But now in a Devspace, I have the capability to deploy that. Configurations there. I can tell them just edit this file, and they don't need to know the black box of how that configuration is being implemented.
Exactly.
And you don't need to remember. You can just pause it in time, and then later when you come back to it, you just hit that button, and it's back up and running. And meanwhile, you haven't clobbered your environment variables. Some one thing that you put in your bash RC that made it all work that you've since clobbered or forgotten or done something else, and all of a sudden you're back on Stack Overflow and
Oh, I've definitely had environments taped together with a large batch of symbolic links.
Cool. Hey, well, David, I know you need to run. Thank you for joining us. Really, really appreciate it. And send me that blog post. Definitely.
You have them now.
Oh, cool. All right, I'll put that up on the show notes. Oh, there we go. Streamlit tutorial, how to build applications in Streamlit. Let's put that on the banner. And yeah, I'll put it in the show notes as well. This is really cool. There we go.
There you go.
And what I do on macOS, you just take a screenshot of that, and then you can immediately select the text.
Nice.
You don't have to transcribe it real quick. All right, well, thanks for joining. Really appreciate it, and have a good weekend.
All right, thanks for having us.
Looking forward to our next hackathon.
Yes, we're gonna do part 2, and we'll do Pestle Rock this time.
And Send Noodle.
All right, there you go. Well, I think we have enough.
Send Noodle's pretty good. I think I still wonder if they're the same ownership. I'm going to look that up.
All right, we have to. All right, see, we've got some research to do. All right, well, thanks everyone. Have a good one, and we'll see you next week.